Tomorrow, Pope Francis dies. The conclave meets.
Okay.
A week from now, John Henry Spann is called to the throne.
Okay.
It lead me through the next couple of weeks and just generally through your pontificate.
So I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you got to keep that mic a fist away from your mouth.
Sorry.
It's yeah.
Am I good?
You can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks.
This is good.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay. So I am. So I've been elected Pope. I find out right now, like I'm nuncio or whatever.
That's right. You get a text.
Oh, I get a text.
Maybe a call.
Hey, this is the nuncio, papal nuncio. Emoji. You're the Pope.
Instagram direct
Prayers,
message.
prayers. All right. So I think I don't appear yet. I have to go squirrel away for a while before I make before I over St. Peter's, right, and give an actual audience to everybody. I think Francis he's staying in like the humble little apartments near there.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately get rid of all that. I go right to the Papal Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Papal Palace, right? And here's what I do. This is the first thing I do before I even get on a plane over there. I call the Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in D.C.
Yeah.
And I say, I don't ask. I say, I'm going to be there in 45 minutes with a hammer. And I'm going to break the papal tiara out of that. And I'm going to crown myself because I'm the Pope.
Yeah.
Right? And so I put the tiara on.
Yeah.
I don't take it off. I fly to Rome. I go to the Papal Palace.
Like in first class, I presume they're paying.
Yeah.
With your papal tiara.
With the papal tiara.
Asking for shots of bourbon. One more, thanks, sweetheart.
And I don't know about the name. Either based on the young Pope, either Pius the 13th, but probably for like evangelization reason, or at least for like apologetics reasons, Peter II, right?
I'm sorry, I'm still seeing you like walking out of customs in your Washington Redskins shirt and your tiara.
Papal tiara.
Although I suppose you would have a chartered flight, wouldn't you? Like a private plane?
No,
You wouldn't
economy.
want that?
First class, but on like a
Out the back
like
by
a
the
Frontier Airlines. Yeah, so I do that. I go to Rome. I go to the Vatican.
Hey guys.
I think, but nobody sees me for a while because I like that mystery, right? And I love John Paul II. But one thing he did that I don't think was great for the papacy as a whole was that public face and almost celebrity status of the Pope. I think that's kind of gross. I think there's a place for it for sure, but we see in Francis who is not doing great in regards to public face and some confusion and some of those things, right? So I probably hide for a little while, but then I make a couple of I think I would leak like some videos, like
Tucker before his show.
Yeah.
Hey, media matters for America.
Have a very nice day.
That's the first thing I want to say tonight.
So that like on purpose, maintaining the facade of this is a closed off thing, but like you guys need to know this stuff is happening. They planted a tree during the Amazonian Synod.
Yeah.
They planted some tree, and it was kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not super, but I read about
weird
it
enough to be
like
questionable.
all pagany. It seemed kind of pagany, right? Circle of Life, Gaia, Earth, whatever. I would leak a video of security camera footage of this. I'd make sure there's security camera set up, and I would have somebody go before the video. Right, it's all staged.
Are you Pope yet?
I'm Pope. And
you're still Pope right now?
Yeah, I'm still wearing the tiara with the Redskins. No, I'm dressed like the Pope now.
Okay.
And I'd have somebody go and kind of break up the roots around it so that the security camera footage could just be me walking, grabbing it by the trunk, ripping it out of the ground, throwing it with my back to the camera for the sake of prudence, urinating on that tree.
Okay. But you're not coming out onto St. Peter's to...
Not yet. No, this is all leaked footage to build up. To build up for when I actually stand on St. Peter's. And I'm going to... If I do the St. Peter's thing, I feel like I'm going to steal what you said yesterday.
Okay.
So I don't want to...
Yeah.
I'll let you...
So what I would do... This reminds me of this lady...
You told me all through my pontificate. We're on day 3 right
Okay,
now.
we'll keep going.
No, you tell your thing.
All right, what we could do, we could match each other's timeline.
Okay.
So we'll go back to you, right?
Right.
If they asked me and I said yes,
Have to.
I would show up, I would walk through the doors, I would never speak in my pontificate. So I would ask you, because you'd be the cardinal that I'd invite over,
Heck yeah. All right.
with Ange, your beautiful kids that can roller skate around the palace. And I would tell you to say the following, kneel! And then I would bless them.
You mean as opposed to like the Pope Francis, please pray for me?
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Okay,
Everyone
right.
has to kneel down and stay kneeling.
Right.
And anyone who isn't can get out. I would bless them.
Are you whispering in my ear and then how's this work?
Yeah. The only things that I would say would be like official blessings the Holy Mass, and my homilies would even just be taken directly from the church fathers.
Gotcha.
I would try very hard. I would fail on day 3, but I would try really hard not to speak during my pontificate. If I'm going to say anything, I would bring up beautiful papal encyclicals throughout the centuries and tell the church to study them.
Why? Why would
Because
you want
what
to
have I
speak?
got? I got nothing to say. I got nothing interesting to say. And there's been way too much talking in this pontificate, it seems to me. So I would shut my mouth and then tell the church to study these writings of the saints. And I'd invite you over, and your job, and the next thing I would do is I would make every cardinal and bishop proclaim the church's teaching on homosexuality.
Yes.
And the things that they don't want to say. I know they don't want to say. And when they don't do it, I'll send you around the world
personally defrocking.
I want you to strip them naked. I want you to be hiding in the wings, not at Holy Mass, that would be inappropriate, but somewhere just to come out and just to strip them, which would be harder than it seems because they're probably wearing a belt, a t-shirt.
And who knows what kind of underwear.
Who knows? Maybe none.
Right.
And you just make them naked. And then, so that's...
And then what? I feel like is there a step after that? Are they flogged? They're physically defrocked is what you're saying.
Yeah. We'll start there. Just physically defrocking them.
So I don't think I would even start.
Sorry. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
In this scenario where you're Pope,
Yeah.
can I be press secretary so I can bully the media daily?
I feel like I wouldn't even give them something that they had to. I wouldn't even like throw out a doctrine and say you have to say this. You have to affirm this teaching. I think heads would roll on day 1, and they would be replaced with just people that I knew. Like here's what I would do.
Chester.
I would get rid. I would get rid of 80% of the Western bishops for sure, right? And I would replace them all with people I knew up to the point where I ran out of good, solid men that I knew. And then I would walk through Africa at the equator, and the
Just
first
stop pointing
Catholic man I say, you're a bishop. You want to be bishop? Here you go. Literally just passing out like staffs, croziers to all of them.
I like that.
Honestly think that might work.
I would be presumably your cardinal, I would hope.
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
I can carry them behind you like a big pile of croziers.
Yeah. I honestly think that, and that's tongue in cheek, but I really do think that you would have a much better odds of finding holy, Orthodox, good men walking through Africa at the equator than wandering the streets of the Vatican right now, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
So that's like week 2, because there's some logistics in there, right? I don't know. I have the opposite inclination. Like I want to say things, but I think that speaks to my own arrogance, right? I want to proclaim things. I want to stand on the balcony and give teachings and all of that. But I don't know exactly what I would say. I feel like I would bargain hard with the Italians. I want the Papal States back. I think it's ridiculous we don't have a seaport. I want one of those. Yeah, we need a seaport. I think Florence rightly belongs to us too. And the whole of Rome, right?
What about if you gathered up the German bishops and tied their hands and then pushed them into the Tiber and said, say hello to Pachamama, something like that while you're down there?
I unironically think that Vatican black sites for some of these perverse priests who have done these terrible things should be a thing.
And for those not aware, what is a
black like CIA
site?
black site? Would just disappear people.
Yeah.
Right. But they're under my authority. I'm the Pope in this situation. And I think if you were executing them, which I think is a totally valid thing for doing horrible things to children, we should take a page out of the Gospels and tie a millstone to their neck and drown them in the Tiber, but in a spot that's only like that deep. So you have to work on the logistics, right?
So why is it that? Oh, I see. But what if they land on their back? Would you send me down just to push them over? Hey.
Yeah. I think that'd be great.
So I flip them over. Presumably the millstone's quite short. If it was long, they'd be able to turn, right?
Yeah. Well, I want them to be able to, turn most of the way. It's hard to just use words to describe it. We'd test it out on a number of perverse, terrible men first. So that's like, now we're on week 4, maybe?
Okay.
You got anything? What's your...
No, these are great. I don't know what else I would do. I would honestly though, I would bring over people I knew who were holy. Like I'd bring over Sister Miriam James and a few people like, please counsel me. How can I serve the church?
100%, yes.
And part of why I wouldn't speak is I know that anything that would come from me would soil.
Yeah, but that's not true. Like you would speak.
I probably
think,
would because of my
right?
arrogance, but I would like not to.
I would need a lot of good people constantly telling me I should not talk.
Please do not do that.
Yeah.
The first time we brought this up, I like how you phrased it because you show up in Rome and you say to somebody, I'm going to need the papal tiara. And he looks at you a little confused and then you yell, run at him.
I love
Did I stutter?
I love the idea of being in the Vatican and hearing about all the rules of the Vatican and then just say, wait, who's the Pope? Right? Because of the crown and the shirt. Yeah, it's me. No, I just think that would be beautiful. And
Maybe I'd say one thing. If I walked onto the balcony, it would just be. This is difficult, right? Because we're doing both. We're trying to say things that are funny, but we're also like meaning certain things. Yeah. But I think just repent and believe in the gospel, and then I'd shut up.
Then turn and walk away.
Walk back in, and then you can be like, all right, like a drill sergeant to everybody down there.
Here's what he meant by that. I think, and this is not me trying to be ironic and funny, I think a reinstatement of some martial order would be a beautiful thing, right? I want when Boko Haram kidnaps a convent full of nuns, I want some Vatican Knights Templar, whatever, whoever they are, right? It'd be a new thing, make a new thing.
Yeah.
To go in there and freaking stealth bombers in the middle of the night and kill them all. Also on camera, if we get some of that footage leaked. I love the idea of they're about to be a religious execution in South Sudan or something. And so they're live streaming it because that's what they're going to do. Yeah. And then you just see like the bushes, like little cracks of gunfire and all these guys die. And then they're helping these people out. And then that'd be cool.
And then do you walk on with your tiara?
I know, I don't have to be there. That'd be cool. With the Sheridan tiara. I come strolling out of the jungle. You're welcome. I say directly into the camera.
You're welcome.
That might be a little
wink.
much. No, but I think that there's something to be said for those martial orders. It could be, and there's a big humanitarian aspect or whatever. But I think
I would also
take
that new statue they've put in St. Peter's Square, that big boat of like all the.
Set it on fire.
I would set it on fire.
Why? Why do you hate immigrants, Matt?
I don't hate immigrants, but I hate that. There's no way out of that. What?
Nothing.
Oh. I hate them because I am one and I hate me. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.